Okay, hello everybody. Today we are going over, the ocean garbage patch. So in your Edmodo, go to the post that says ocean garbage patch. We have the link for the reading. We have my email you can send your assignments to, and we have the practice questions. So let's get into this. So the ocean garbage patch. Let's actually start off with trash, and it's a little bit of review from previous lessons. So trash from land can end up as trash in the ocean. Eventually it washes ashore and not always close to where it was dumped. So a lot of the trash, about 80%, is from land. Some is going to be runoff, which is what happens when it rains and water runs off the land into bodies of water. Some is going to be blown from landfills. Some is dumped directly into the ocean. 20% comes from ships at sea. So about 80% of the trash that ends up in the oceans is going to be plastic. So the thing about plastic is a lot of it doesn't biodegrade. So many types of plastic do not biodegrade, so they just kind of accumulate. They just kind of sit there in the ocean. There are many types of plastic that will photodegrade, so break up in the presence of light, but that only works when the plastics are dry. So if they're out in the ocean, they're not going to photodegrade. So plastic trash that is in the water is eventually going to break down into smaller pieces. And then you have other trash, stuff like chemical sludge and stuff that doesn't biodegrade like wood. Okay. Toxic chemicals. Some plastics are going to have toxic chemicals, and plastics can also absorb organic pollutants that are floating in the water, such as DDT. So, living things in the ocean can actually be harmed by oceanic pollution. So they can't break down the plastic, okay? So they say plastic waste kills roughly 100,000 sea turtles, but that's just an estimate. Well, sea turtles and marine mammals. All right, so that is an estimate. And a lot of this, the reason it happens is because people litter. So if people dispose of their garbage properly, it's less likely to happen. All right. Plastic shopping bags are very abundant in the oceans. So this affects living things' digestion, and you especially don't put plastic shopping bags on the ground. You especially don't litter those because those can get caught up in a wind current and blown into the ocean. So this leads us to the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. So trash from all the lands around the North Pacific gets caught up in currents and it accumulates in the North Pacific Gyre. All right. So the concentration of trash is going to increase toward the center of the gyre. And a lot of the trash is going to be tiny plastic polymers that are only visible in water samples. All right. So we don't necessarily know the size of the garbage patch, so we just kind of estimate it. And then just kind of the same thing that living things can ingest some of this plastic and other garbage. So hopefully that makes sense. Make sure you finish your questions and turn them into me.